When Amy came storming into my life, I was in the middle of rocking my baby to sleep. She was pregnant, her belly round and full, and she was demanding that I divorce my husband, Jason. Truth be told, I already knew about Jason's affair. I just hadn't made a scene. I let her in, gently placed my sleeping baby in her bassinet, and poured Amy a glass of water. Then I called Jason. "You need to come home, we're talking about a divorce." Jason's voice was laced with irritation. "Jenna, how many times do I have to tell you? I'm not getting a divorce. Your other child is standing in our living room. Should I throw her out?" Jason got home fast. He'd been out getting me crab rangoon from my favorite place, a 40-minute round trip he made in 20. He walked in empty-handed, his eyes darting between Amy and me. We were both on the sofa. I was calm, she was a sobbing mess. I promise you I hadn't laid a hand on her. Jason rushed in, breathless, and scowled at Amy. "What are you doing here? I thought you were getting rid of it." She flinched, wiping at her tear-streaked face. "I'm 6 months along. It's too late. I told you to take care of it weeks ago. Why didn't you listen to me?" Jason collapsed onto the sofa next to her, a wave of defeated resignation washing over him. "So what now?" he asked, his voice flat. Amy's voice rose in a wail. "You're the father! If you don't know what to do, what am I supposed to do? My dad already kicked me out for getting pregnant out of wedlock. You have to make an honest woman of me. How is our child supposed to go to school without a father?" Silence fell between them. Amy's sobs softened into whimpers. I thoughtfully passed her a box of tissues. Looking at Jason, slumped and pathetic, a bitter sting filled my eyes. But then a strange, hollow laugh escaped my lips. The man I had once loved so deeply had become selfish, irresponsible, a stranger. I took a deep, steadying breath, forcing my voice to remain even. "Jason, let's get a divorce." I looked at Amy. She was hunched over slightly, but her face was still full of youthful collagen, her skin smooth and perfect, without a single line around her eyes. We'd talked before Jason arrived. She was only 22, in the prime of her life. She hadn't had much education. Her family was traditional, favoring sons over daughters. Her older sister supported their parents and younger brother, and Amy had become the family's cash cow. She worked as a hostess at a bar, pushing expensive liquor. Getting groped by customers was just part of the job. She told me about one night a customer had her pinned, his greasy face buried in her chest, one hand kneading her backside while he tried to force a kiss on her. She struggled, but he only tightened his grip, his voice a slimy threat. "You don't play along, I don't buy the drinks." Her income was based on commission. The sale was huge enough to pay for her little brother's private school tuition for a year. At his words, she went still, helpless tears streaming down her face. That's when Jason appeared. He grabbed the man's hand, landed a solid punch, and bought all the liquor himself. He told Amy she should find a respectable job, but by then, she had already set her sights on him. Telling the story, Amy couldn't stop the tears, her eyes overflowing with a love that was almost painful to watch. "My knight in shining armor," she whispered. "I always knew he would come for me." She pursued him relentlessly, wearing him down until she finally ended up in his bed, and then, with his child in her belly. She said her baby deserved a complete family, so she was here begging me to give Jason to her. Pathetic and yet detestable. Jason and I stared at each other for a long time. My eyes burned with unshed tears, and I could see the glint of moisture in his too. A lifetime of history. You don't just throw that away.